Hey, it's Steve here with Solutions or Power. I'm here at South by Southwest with Jonathan Fields. You may recognize him as the face of he's a career renegade, I guess you could say. And he's written a new book. And Jonathan, how you having? Good time here at South by Southwest?
Yeah, fantastic time. I mean, the panels are great, but the best part about this is always just the people, the connections, the opportunity to come together and get FaceTime with people who very often we've only seen virtually for a long time.
And the free booze.
And Career Renegade, spreading the word about Career Renegade, the book.
Yes, and spreading the word. So, speaking of that, nice segue. Career Renegade. What exactly is being a career renegade?
It's essentially about building a career around the things you love to do, the people you love to be around, and the settings that you want to be in, and at the same time, building a real living around those things rather than just sort of, hoping and praying that you can do what you love and watch the money follow. It's very deliberately, methodically, you're figuring out ways to do it.
So someone who is thinking of, has maybe become a consultant by force of being laid off, is being a renegade is one of those choices. Also doing an entrepreneur thing and maybe starting your own firm or
yeah, absolutely.
practice.
And when I look at consulting, also to me, that's you're an entrepreneur. People are calling it solopreneurs these days. The vast majority is, and I think the last stat I saw was that 70% of small businesses in this country are actually one-person businesses. So the reality is, most small businesses are one person or one person and an assistant. So, and that's absolutely that's the perfect career renegade. To me, a lot of what it is also, it's not necessarily about scaling a business where you take on more oversight and more stress, but it's about really figuring out ways to do things simply and actually just work around the passion of things that make you come alive, and then figure out ways to monetize that very often other people just didn't even know existed.
Excellent. So you would you say being a renegade though? The advice is is this kind of like the heavy metal version of what color is your parachute?
It's interesting. You can describe it that way, although it's much more. It's funny. When I started the book, there wasn't a whole lot of technology in it, but the book ended up being very tech heavy, and the reason it did was because these days, technology really reduces barriers, and it reduces a huge barrier, which is a limitation of your immediate market. So for so many people who want to do something that they're really passionate about, but there's not a big enough market locally to give them enough money to make a real substantial living. If you tap technology, and even simple technologies, home-based technologies, the internet communication technologies, it opens up so many doors to monetize passions that really make the whole world your market. So it's kind of like there's a pretty big difference between the traditional what color is your parachute type of thing, where it's really about exploring a lot of pre-existing career paths and where will you fit best. Career Renegade is much more about creating completely new paradigms.
So writing a book is a very, very intense process, and
it was easy.
So your background, what kind of motivated you? What's your background that kind of came to doing the Career Renegade book?
Yeah, I mean, 12 years ago I was a lawyer, sort of venture capital, private equity lawyer in a large firm in Manhattan, and until I ended up in emergency surgery, and when your intestines fall out of your body almost, and when your body pretty much rejects your career, you have to listen. That led me on a series of explorations, led me out of the law, led me to a few companies, and more recently it really led me to the blogosphere to develop a passion for writing, and it was just the perfect blend of being able to sort of share what I've discovered about career teams and also a huge amount about small business and entrepreneurship, and blend that with my love of writing and marketing and put it all into one thing. So that's actually professionally, that's where I'm going to in a large way.
That's awesome. So if anyone wants to check it out, obviously, what's the blog and the website?
CareerRenegade.com is where the blog and the website are. You can actually download the intro for free and just check it out, see if it's right for you, and you can buy the book anywhere you want, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, bookstores, all over.
Congratulations on the book, and everybody should check it out when they get a sec. Thanks a lot, Jonathan.
Thanks for having me.